No, there's obviously something happening behind the stalls that is completely and utterly out of our sight from here, because there's protest dismissed at Caulfield, protest dismissed in the big one at Caulfield, correct weights. Now there's more action at the station, for the word had passed around. Whatever the problem was has been rectified, and Without Concern comes up, and Patterns is about to complete the line. Glenn Boss bringing Patterns up to gate number 10. Accelerator's been standing pretty well. And we'll soon see action in the San Domenico Stakes, a great sprinter of yesteryear. As tough as teak at the end of, or towards the end of his career, lumping huge weights on outback tracks in New South Wales. Ready now for the San Domenico. They're racing, and Accelerator actually got the best of the start. The Roughy Star of Piermont and Mystique out pretty well with Without Concern. And then comes Patterns, followed closely by Palais and Cannon's Halo. Fair Embrace over on the inside. He's run off his legs early, Accelerator. He's getting back to midfield now. Roaring 40 second last, and Chong Tong is last. 600 to go. And Mystique the outside, and Star of Piermont the joint leaders. A couple of lengths, Cannon's Halo. Fair Embrace fourth. Accelerator is fifth, followed by Palais the inside, and then comes Without Concern from Patterns. A good way back is Roaring 40s with Chong Tong straightening up, and Mystique shook off Star of Piermont. Accelerator, he's not doing enough at the moment, and Muntz is working hard on him in the meantime. Mystique taken on by Fair Embrace. A length further back, Cannon's Halo. Accelerator struggles from Palais, but it's still Mystique the leader. About 50 to go. Fair Embrace can't pick up Mystique, and Mystique wins the San Domenico. Fair Embrace second, Palais third, Cannon's Halo fourth, Accelerator. A most disappointing performance today, followed by Patterns on the outside. Chong Tong Roaring 40s. Without Concern beat one in, and that was Star of Piermont. Mystique wins the San Domenico. Number 2. Well, he won the Breeders' Plate out here in the springtime. He's obviously a very, very good horse, fresh. And today, the son of Strategic, isn't he making a name for himself as a stallion? Mystique out of Volcanic Mist, raced by Mr. F.A. Curry and Miss M.L. Johnson, trained by Lee Curtis at Rose Hill, and ridden by Brent Stanley. Number 2 has paid $45.40 and $6.50. They're just winning without names here at Randwick today on the all-weather. Number 5, Fair Embrace, has run second, has paid $1.50. And the judge has called on a photo possibly for third. Palais on the inside is prominent there, but there is no sign of a number for third. The winner, Mystique, has now had 7 starts for 2 wins and 2 thirds, and Brent Stanley's biggest win in Sydney. Okay, well, Accelerator, I can't work out what's gone wrong with him. Number 7 is third, and that is Palais, ridden by Larry Cassidy. And number 4, Cannon's Halo, Larry Mortel, was fourth. He jumped well, Accelerator. He's one of the smartest out. Then he dropped back to about 5th on settling fully into stride. But Muntz was getting into him coming to the corner, and he laboured all the way down the home straight.
And there's trainer Lee Curtis looking justifiably pleased with himself. Good on you, Lee. This little horse won the Breeders' Plate at his first start in a race last spring, then ran third in the Canonbury, then went for a long spell. He came back in the autumn and just struggled a bit to regain that spring form, although he did run third in the Todman to Royal Courtship. But today it was a brilliant win because he was taken on by Star of Piermont. He had no peace, but was still able to shoot away at the top of the straight with the race in his keeping. And congratulations to trainer Lee Curtis and one of the hardest working jockeys in the land, Brent Stanley. Good luck to him. Larry Olsen at Doomben.
Yes, John, they get another top run.
And Zero Drama in the 4th. Sound the alarm back in the stalls. Again, they're ready to go. Scobie Breesley handicap, and they're racing. Pretty good line. All sand, if anything, may have missed it slightly. Sound the alarm jumped out well. Pete Bog on the inside. Further out were Captain Clipper and Charm Scene Land running up towards the lead, and Mastic is pushing through nearer the middle. So they're fanned across the track early on. Charm Scene Land, the widest runner, is leading Gala Chief in the pink colours. Captain Clipper back to third, and then Mastic. Next the rails was Sound the Alarm, and then Jiver about 4 lengths off the lead in the black and white colours. And then came Pete Bog, who's now back third last. All Sand in the middle, and out 3 wide was Mustang Red. They're well bunched. About 600 left to travel. It's Gala Chief now narrowly in front. of Captain Clipper, Jiver. Over on the inside was Sound the Alarm. Charm Scene Land is wider out, and then came Mastic as they ran up towards the home turn. They've got about 400 metres to travel. And a line of three, Gala Chief, Charm Scene Land, Captain Clipper, Mastic, Jiver, Sound the Alarm going for the rails. Into the straight, though, it's Gala Chief in front. The run presents itself for Jiver. Then Sound the Alarm, Captain Clipper wider out with Charm Scene Land. Jiver hit the lead, Mastic knuckling down now. Jiver in front, Mastic the outside, then Gala Chief. It's Jiver and Mastic. Jiver tackled by Mastic, and Mastic's going to get up and get him. Mastic wins it with a big weight, beat Jiver. A third of photo, Captain Clipper and Gala Chief, and then Sound the Alarm. Next home, Pete Bog from Charm Scene Land, and then Mustang Red and All Sand. 1:11.75 the time. And it was Mastic again, number one, Damien Oliver, just lifting him in typical Oliver fashion over the last 100 metres. Been out of form for quite a while, but back-to-back wins within the week for Mastic, and not even the 58 kilos stopped him. You would think he had a tougher run than Jiver. It all happened for Jiver. He got the dream run at the top of the straight.
OK, that was the Scobie Breesley at Caulfield. Now, still waiting.
It's the Darwin Cup, Australia's biggest racing party. It's not just racing, it's a ball and a host of social functions. So for the wildest race meeting in the country, get to Darwin on the 6th of August. If not, see it on Sky.
Jonathan, thank you. And three in line, and the popular pick, number 4, 340 and 140 St Malo. That's the second pick, but it's been very popular late on track. 320, 130, number 5, Zettervane. So Zettervane, 320, 340 St Malo, and on course here, equal favourites, St Malo and Zettervane, with the money coming late for St Malo. It's just pushed Zettervane out that wee bit. Now, Terranos and Wellington to move in. The main race, the San Domenico, and a boilover with Mystigic, number 2, written by Brent Stanley, winning from 5 Fair Embrace, 7 Palais, and 4 ran fourth. And Accelerator disappointed. Well, maybe the inside track could have been the reason, I don't know. Now, one to move up here, and that is Terranos, written by Brent Stanley, the rider of the moment as far as race 6 was concerned, with Mystigic. And now the last of the runners enters the gates at the 1400 metres. We're set for the Rose of Charlie handicap, but we were set, but there's some action happening out wide, and a cluster of attendants and officials getting over to see what the problem is. Glenn Boss giving the very heavily backed St Malo a pat on the neck and just rubbing the forelock. Now Wellington's rider is about to climb out of the stalls, and they've backed the grey away. Wellington getting on in years now. He's a 6-year-old. He's only had the 16 starts, however. He was on the sidelines for a long, long time. Now, one of the attendants is trotting Wellington down the track a little. And I see the veterinary surgeons having a good hard look at the grey. Now, this will be Chairman of Stewards Ray Murray. Break the front gate, did he? And he's fit to run. Thank you, Ray. Okie doke, Ray Murray, nothing like getting it right from the boss. And he informs that Wellington has been passed fit to run. Accordingly, the 6-year-old gelding goes in, and again we look set for race 7 here at Royal Randwick on the all-weather inside track. One favourite to win today, Participate. Bookies have been rubbing their hands with joy. Starter is on the stand, presses the button, and there they go. A nice level line. Zettervane is the early leader from Cloth of Gold. St Malo nice and handy. And the roughy Terranos whips around the outside from Bluebird the Word, and then Chatsworth. Bel Quattro second last, and immediately Wellington drops to the rear. 1100 to go, and Beedman has the favourite Zettervane in front. Only a half length on Terranos. 2.5 to Cloth of Gold racing on the outside of St Malo. Some 3 or 4 lengths to Bluebird the Word on the inside of Chatsworth. Bel Quattro is next to last, and bringing up the rear is Wellington. This is the pattern coming onto the side and at the 800 almost now. And Zedavane, 3/4 of a length on Terranaz. In third position, St. Malo. Cloth of Gold at his girth the outside. Then Chatsworth, Bluebird the word the inner. Bel Quattro another 2 lengths further back and 3/4 the inner. Wellington. At the 600 there's no change in the order and the 8 horses almost in pairs here. Zedavane, 3/4 Terranaz. Third St. Malo. Just waiting for the run. Fourth Cloth of Gold. Then Bluebird the word followed by Chatsworth and Bel Quattro and Wellington the last pair straightening up now, and Zedavane given a little more rein and he allowed St. Malo to get out, but is St. Malo good enough to bridge the gap on Zedavane? He's making a darn good fist of it. A race in 2. Cloth of Gold third, Zedavane the leader, St. Malo on the outside as a neck away. Beedman desperate on Zedavane and the favourite response. St. Malo can't reach it. A minute Cloth of Gold and it's Zedavane all the way. Zedavane came away on the line to beat St. Malo. Cloth of Gold a distant third. Wellington made up many lengths from Terranaz, Bel Quattro, Bluebird the word, and Chatsworth finished a distant last. 5, 4 and 3. Zedavane 320 and 140. St. Malo 140 and Cloth of Gold number 3 will pay 170. Form had been very, very good, hadn't it, Zedavane? Straight to the lead by Darren this afternoon, and the Charlie Porter train gelding too good, owned by R.J. Wynett, Mazel S.L. Lewis, G and Mrs. B. Lang. 18 starts, 3 wins, 8 seconds and 2/3. And I suppose when you look at the form, particularly Grafton 2 starts ago, and then, of course, second to Thorns, although that was a little bit of a dampener with Thorns going down today. But he's so consistent and rated perfectly by Daz, was simply too good. 5, 4 and 3. We're waiting on the 4th to come up after the Rose of Tralee. The runner-up, Every Hope, by Ken Vane, prepared by Gerald Ryan, and Cloth of Gold. He's probably better off on top of the ground. He's by Barathea, trained by Bart Cummings and Corey Brown, the rider. The official 4th was number 2, and that was Wellington. He made up many lengths. 5, 4, 3 and 2. 124.52. The Quinella 380. Exacta 730. Daily double $143. The trifecta paid $20.40, and the first 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, $130.50. Margins to follow, along with the sectional time. So 7 races. We've now got 2 favourites home, and the last of the day is a very interesting race. It should be a great betting affair. Due at 4:30, and here are the margins: a length by 6.5, and the sectional in the previous 34.73. As we return to all studios.
Romantic Sea has drawn gate number 6. And good late support now for Romantic Sea. The favourite trimming up further. Calming is about second pick. One at longer odds they've tried is Naz Princess, but at good value it's trimmed up. It looks very well. About 3 or 4 behind the line. Romantic Sea, trained at Wangaratta. 4-year-old mare now. She's had 7 wins out of 15. It's a very good record. In fact, she's only missed the place on 3 occasions. Her form this preparation particularly has been very good, particularly over the last month. Romantic Sea going into the gates. The last one up will be Naz Princess. Kieran McAvoy, the outside gate. Barrier 12 over the 1100 metres. Race 7 Caulfield, they're set to go. Ready, racing. Romantic Sea jumped away okay. Rose Attar's got speed. Galatine, Manahai Miss was further out. Queen Kiri nearer the rails with Cash Crop. Pushing through. Angel Spirit is back about midfield. Calming's wider out. It's up to about 5th spot, but pressing forward. Drifting back, Tina's Debut with Rain Dance Lady, and Naz Princess is last. Rose Attar, the leader on settling from Romantic Sea. Calming 3 deep. And then Queen Kiri up to 4th from Cash Crop, Galatine, Manahai Miss off the track. Next, Angel Spirit on the inside of Miss McClay. Then Rain Dance Lady on the inside of Tina's Debut. Naz Princess last, about 7 lengths off the lead. 500 to go. Calming drew level with Rose Attar. Romantic Sea in the middle. Galatine, the orange colours up to 4th. Manahai Miss is wide, but Calming went to the lead, turning for home from Romantic Sea. Wider out Manahai Miss with Galatine and then Queen Kiri. It's Calming in front. 200 to go. Romantic Sea having another crack at her. Manahai Miss was wider out. Rain Dance Lady's getting through with a run from Cash Crop. Romantic Sea went to the lead. Rain Dance Lady with a run from Cash Crop, but Romantic Sea, she's going in great guns at the moment and wins again. Romantic Sea beat Rain Dance Lady. Cash Crop third, then Miss McClay. Next home was Galatine, and then came Angel Spirit. Tina's Debut, Queen Kiri. Manahai Miss did it tough and weakened. Calming dropped right out the last 200. Then Naz Princess and Rose Attar also got weary. It was last in. Romantic Sea, number 2. in fantastic form. Mark Pegas didn't panic when she was clearly headed around the home turn. You could just tell he hadn't quite gone for everything, and she responded when he had to at the 200 metres for a good performance. When her form late has been excellent. That's 4 wins from her last 5 starts, 8 out of 16 overall, so a 50% win ratio, and Romantic Sea has prevailed. From Rain Dance Lady, who weaved through the traffic with her big weight and ran on strongly, and Cash Crop, number 3, will be third. 2-1-3. Fourth in number 10, Miss McClay. Fifth in was number 9, and that was Galatee.
61.50, good late support for him here downstairs in the ring, and Matthew Cant aboard, the 3 kegs off, 52.5. Gosh, he'll wonder what he's got on his back, Kutamutu, today. Anyway, whether he'll win, time will tell. Second pick on the totalisator is number 9, Ram Raid, 561.80, and number 2 at 742.20, Nazareth. One to come up here at Randwick for the last, and that is Ram Raid, the previous of the day, won by Zadavain. Number 5, Darren Beedman, led throughout to beat 4, St Malo, 3 Cloth of Gold, and number 9 ran, number 2 was 4th there in race 7. Set for the last of the day. And the gates are back, and there they go. And Taroman back on the inside was one of the smartest out, commencing very, very quickly. Impregnable looking for the lead and getting it. Nazareth and the Queenslander Diamond Dane got out well and settling. Impregnable narrowly from Diamond Dane. Third is Nazareth and Oziwa. 4th, Kutamutu. 5th, wider out Ram Raid, Regal 0 to Roman back. And the last couple are Expertise and Touch of Sun. They come along to the 850 marker, and Impregnable leads the way. About 3/4 of a length on Diamond Dane. Ram Raid wide out, no luck it. 2 lengths further back is Nazareth on the inside of Oziwa. Midfield is the favourite, Kutamutu. Parked over on the inside of Regal 0, 2.5 to Roman back. Expertise on his outside and a couple of lengths to Touch of Sun. Impregnable going along at a good clip. Nears the corner, a length clear on Ram Raid wide, and Diamond Dane is between the 2 leaders and a couple of lengths to Nazareth. A length further back, Oziwa. Kutamutu over on the inside, and then Regal 0. He's making ground, little Matt Cant on Kutamutu, but still in need of a clear run with Impregnable taken on by Diamond Dane. Kutamutu can't get out, and then Nazareth. It's 100 to go now. Impregnable the inside clear. Diamond Dane ahead away, and he can't get out on Kutamutu. Diamond Dane runs to Impregnable. Diamond Dane and Impregnable. Diamond Dane a nose to Impregnable. Nazareth prominent for third. Wide out Expertise and Kutamutu. He didn't get much luck today. Taroman back was next, followed at the head of the others by Oziwa. Regal 0, Touch of Sun, and Ram Raid had an awfully hard run and finished at the tail of the field. Photo on the final event of the day. Diamond Dane looks to have just been able to score from my position. If so, number 4, Diamond Dane, and a head-bobbing finish was $8.30 and $2.50. Diamond Dane and Impregnable had a 2-horse war over the concluding stages, and you'll find Diamond Dane, ridden by Corey Brown for Bruce McLaughlin from Thornhill Park in Queensland, will get the prize, and about 8.30 and 2.50. There's the number. Number 5, Impregnable, second, ridden by Brad Pengelly, has paid $3.60, and Nazareth has run third. Number 2, ridden by Rod Quinn, $2.10, and Kutamutu, not much luck. Quinella 48.30, Exacta 71.70, Trifecta 461.70, waiting on the 4th, 5th and 6th. The winner is by Dane Hill from Diamond Shower. Gee, they don't come much better bred, do they? Raced by many, many owners, trained by Bruce McLaughlin. As I say, it has clocked 1:18.15 for the last of the day over the 1,300 metres. As far as the others were concerned in the last event, Expertise came home reasonably well, and Ram Raid, well, he was wide from the outside gate and just gave it up from the home corner.
Little for Love's Choice, Madame Plume, Thong and Push Bike and Nutcracker all given chances. The Fats joins the line. The final event at Caulfield is set to go. Ready at the 1400, racing. Hot Touch was just a little bit slow to begin. One of the first out was Stutter from Anarchy Walk, Love's Choice. Then Thong Classic up to about fourth, but now restrained. Foreign Affair going past it. Nutcracker wider. Madame Plume about midfield the rails. Then Hot Touch drifting back. The Fats in the purple colours, 3 wide around it. And Thong and Push Bike the grey in the middle. Settling down, and the leader is Anarchy Walk. Narrowly from Stutter. A length away, Foreign Affair to third. Love's Choice fourth. Nutcracker in fifth position. Madame Plume on the inside from the Fats covering ground. And then Thong Classic, who's drifted back to third last. Thong and Push Bike is behind it second last. And Hot Touch whips them in at the 800. Anarchy Walk the leader. A length in front, Stutter second, Foreign Affair third, and fourth on the inside, Love's Choice getting a good run. Nutcrackers on the outside of Madame Plume, and then the Fats, Thong and Push Bike around Thong and Classic, who sticks to the rails, and 2 lengths away, Hot Touch. Rounding the turn, 500 to travel, and it's Anarchy Walk now joined by Stutter. Foreign Affair eases from behind them. It goes up 3 wide. Then Love's Choice, Madame Plume sticking to the rails, Nutcracker and Thong and Push Bike running into it quickly, and then the Fats and Thong Classic turning for home. They stretch across the track. Stutter tackled by Foreign Affair. Madame Plume gets the run. Thong and Push Bike down the outside. Thong Classic trying to get through in the middle. It's Foreign Affair, Stutter, Nutcracker, Thong Classic getting through now. Madame Plume the rails, Love's Choice and Thong Classic wide. Thong Classic, Love's Choice, Foreign Affair, Love's Choice, Thong Classic. Thong Classic has come from last on the turn to get up and beat Love's Choice and Foreign Affair. Then Madame Plume, Stutter, Nutcracker, Thong and Push Bike weakened, and then the Fats. Anarchy Walk got tired, and Hot Touch always rearward. Number 7, Thong Classic, Reese McLeod. Jumped well and was allowed to find his feet, drifting back to about second last. A few others made their moves well before Thong Classic, but he got to the line very strongly. Reese McLeod, who's endured a terrific run in the last few months. And reeling in Love's Choice, Vincent Caddy gave it a pretty ride. He'd had a good run. And Foreign Affair, who raced up on the speed and was one of the first to tackle the leaders on the turn, did a good job to battle on for third. But Thong Classic is quickly building up a pretty good record. He's never missed the place, this fellow. He's a 4-year-old, now with 4 career wins and the last 3 in succession, trained by Pat Carey at Flemington. 7-1-9 in the last. 4th in number 2, Madame Plume. Looked a chance turning for home, got all the gaps. Just weakened on its run. 5th in was number 6, Stutter, raced up on the pace, and Nutcracker behind them, but never really a possibility. The time, 1:24.61. Number 7.
Cajun Jester. Hugh Bowman's riding at the meeting. He's on Cajun Jester. 58 Air Jester, 62 Palooka, 37 Zillionaire, 60 Radical Mover, and 14 and 15 both come out. Now, during that tote call for the Palmerston Sprint, I heard a rustle of silk beside me, and slipping into the navigator's seat is the one and only Dean Caparella, who's going to take you through a big evening of harness and greyhound action. How are you, mate?
I'm well. Actually, a change of tack tonight from normal. We're going to be bringing viewers the Sale Cup in the greyhound world at about 7:15. We don't normally cover the Victorian Provincials on a Saturday evening, but because it's such a big race and such a hot field.
Is it a good field?
Oh, it's one of the best fields. Well, I think the best Sale Cup field we've seen, and would do any Group 1 race in Australia proud.
Really?
Yeah. No,
what'll be favourite?
Restless Stan will probably start favourite, the New South Wales champ. But geez, he's going to have to do everything right from box.
Straight back to last. El Comber out very fast and is going to go to the front from Butkus. City Cat, Palooka is right up there with them early too. And further back just behind them was Air Jester. A length and a half away came High Revs over on the inside, just in advance of Beyond Fear, and Radical Mover out deep on the track. The big fellas got back to third last, the outside of La Sainte. And Zillionaire last of all down to the 600. El Comber showed the way by nearly 2 lengths to City Cat. Cajun Jester settled down third, the inside, then Butkus and Air Jester out deep, coming forward 2 lengths, Radical Mover. Beyond Fear back along the inside, the big fella extricated the outside, running home well, being tracked up by La Sainte. High Revs is back third last on the home turn with Zillionaire and Palooka. El Comber straighten up for the run of the judge by a length and a half to City Cat, who's starting to weaken in second spot. Butkus and now Radical Mover down the outsiders, coming home like a steam train. High Revs bursting through with Beyond Fear. El Comber's holding them at bay with about 50 to go from High Revs, running home late. The big fella, El Comber, wins the Sweps Palmerston. Very close second and third. Beyond Fear over on the inside, and the big fella out deep. High Revs just behind them with Radical Mover, who's run ended about 50 from home. Then Air Jester from La Sainte. Palooka well back with Cajun Jester among the last. Butkus and City Cat last home in the Sweps Palmerston of 2001. Magnificent performance. by Alcomba from the outside gate. As has been the case with him, his last 3 starts, he's come out very quickly, straight to the front, and they never looked like picking him up. He did get a little tired in the last 50 metres with Beyond Fear, High Revs over on the rails, and the big fella out deep trying hard to pick him up. But he's been too good for them. Alcomba, a 5-year-old bay gelding by Ignatius out of She's Jazzy, owned by P. Yowens, R. Kalinowski, M. Milford, B. Dixon and J. Kalinowski, trained and ridden by David Bates. They've run 68.74, just outside the track record, which is 68.63. That record has stood since March of 97, so they've gone very close to the record. The numbers in the frame. Number 5, Alcomba, David Bates first. Waiting for second and third. Beyond Fear is over on the inside, and the big fella is out deep, and the big fella's got up to run second, number 4, ridden by Chad Lever. And 8 is third, Beyond Fear, ridden by Jared Lorenzini. The big fella is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Greg out of Song of Spring, owned by J.A. Coleman, D.J. Coleman, Jay Grice and C. McKenzie, trained by Owen Trengrove, ridden by Chad Lever.
Righto, Mick, that was Mick Stumbles calling the Palmerston Sprint, Northern Territory's feature sprint event for the year, and Alcomba from the big fella and Beyond Fear. David Bates, the winning rider. We've got some protests coming through from somewhere. Belmont Race 6 as they arrive at the gates. Air of Supremacy now at $3.
Pirate Yarn